Welcome back to the Feathered Family, where we fly into the wonderful world of all things birds. Join us as we share tips, stories, and the joy of having these amazing feathered companions in our lives. Eddie and I took a trip to the vet today. Miss Eddie is fine. She's 100% healthy, other than she is starting to form an egg. I started to record some footage this morning about what was going on, and then while she was at the vet. Here is some of that footage. Good morning. Last night we noticed that Eddie was not doing too well. Her poop is pretty much 100% white. Her body shape is kind of concerning. Her butt is a little bit bulged out. That can mean egg bound. Even though she is no longer caged with a male after having her babies, a female budgie can still develop eggs, and sometimes when they can't pass those eggs, they become egg bound, and that can be very dangerous to their health and well-being. This morning she's still looking off. The poop is still white, still very concerning. I was able to get her an appointment at 1 p.m. today, so I'm very happy that they were able to get us in. We will be going there at 1, and hopefully she is okay. Fingers crossed. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Here's the bag for the vet. We're getting ready to go. I've got some food right here and some water for her just in case. And then in this front pocket here, I've got bowls. She's already not happy about this. I'm sorry, honey. I know. We're getting ready to head out right now. I've got her in her backpack with a blanket over it because right now in Michigan it is a little bit cooler and it is raining out currently. So just keep her nice and warm and dry. I've already got the car started. That's warming up for her. And we're heading off now. We are back from the vet now, and she is 100% healthy. We just have to keep an eye on her about an egg that will be forming. She has not been with a male since the babies left the nest, and I separated Wallace and her to different cages so that they would not mate and reproduce again. Reproducing too quickly can actually be very bad for the mama bird. It can be very rough on her body and very rough on the babies. Last night I noticed that Eddie's poop was not looking very good. That was the first sign that she needed to go to the vet. Then I also noticed that she was kind of oddly shaped and she was eating a very large amount of food, a lot more than she normally does. Her chest was really puffed out, and then there was also kind of some inflammation around her butt. I did end up looking at that last night, and that was what decided that she needs to go to the vet today. We will have to keep an eye on her for an egg that is starting to form within her. A question that some of you may ask yourself is, when do I take my bird to the vet? That is something that doesn't really have an answer. It all depends on the situation, the circumstance, how you feel about the situation, and how concerned you are. There are some things that will happen that it might seem a little concerning to you, but it actually might be normal. The first thing that I do is I always do a quick Google search. I don't read too much into it. I don't want to freak myself out. I don't want to overreact on a situation that may not be really bad. So I just quickly Google it. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I become a little bit more concerned. If that's the case, then I start to think, is this something that I need to wait overnight and see how they are in the morning, or is this something that needs to be assessed right now? Last night, I decided that we will let Eddie go through the night and I will see how she's doing in the morning. When I woke up this morning, she was still not doing well. Her poop still was not looking right, and she still had those weird curves with her chest being puffed out and her butt being puffy as well. I called the vet as soon as they opened and got Eddie an appointment. Thankfully, they were able to get us in today. Female budgies can produce eggs without a male. What this means is they will produce an infertile egg in which they will need to pass that egg. Since the egg is infertile because there was no male around, I simply will take that egg out of the cage and go ahead and dispose of it. This can actually be very complicating and very stressful on the mama bird. I need to make sure that she has all the proper nutrients and temperatures to be able to pass this egg safely. What was most concerning to me is the possibility of Eddie being egg bound. That is when the bird cannot pass the egg, therefore the egg is stuck. That can especially be stressful on a bird. There are ways to help an egg-bound bird pass that egg. Thankfully, that is not something that I have to be looking at right now, given there's a lot that I can do to help Eddie create that egg and then pass the egg. When I woke up this morning and saw Eddie, there was something telling me that she still needed to go to the vet. If you're ever in doubt of your bird's health, be sure to contact your vet immediately, especially if it is a serious occasion. My vet recommended that I get Eddie some extra heat, some extra moisture in the air. I switch her food and I make sure that she has the proper environment to be able to pass this egg. I am going to get her some vitamin D3. She has a brand new cuddle bone in her cage to get that calcium that she's going to need to build that egg shell. That is the basis of a parakeet egg, is that calcium that is very needed in their diet when they are forming an egg. I have no doubts about Eddie being okay. She is currently a mother to 2 beautiful birds. This is not her first rodeo, but it is always a concern when her health comes into play. As you can see, I currently have all the budgies out and flying around. Eddie is still in her cage. I ended up taking Clark out of that cage and putting her in one of these cages with Wallace and Storm, so that Eddie had her own little sanctuary, her own little space where she can just relax. I have not opened her cage right now just so that I can give her some more time to just calm down and relax in that heat lamp. Once I put everybody away later tonight, I will probably get her out so she can go fly around if she wants to. If she just wants to stay in her cage, that's fine too. Just all depends on how she's feeling. Right now, her spirits seem good. She's talking, she's chirping. She's still eating and drinking and all of that good stuff. She's been swinging on her swing. Deciding when to go to the vet can be a tough decision, but only you can make that decision. You know your bird, you know their normal behaviors, you know their tendencies. If something doesn't seem right, if something is wrong, definitely consult your vet. They are going to be the biggest help and the best source of information out there. I am by no means telling you to diagnose your bird's health using Google. I just use that as a way to gain a little bit more information about what might be happening. As you can tell, the babies like to follow Wallace around everywhere he goes. Come here, Wallace. Step up. Good boy. You want to say hi to the feathered family? Say hello. What are you doing? You want to give me a kiss? Mwah! Mwah! I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any video suggestions or questions that you might have about owning birds, just go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Be on the lookout for more videos. I'm going to try to upload maybe every week, maybe every other week with some new content. I'm always uploading shorts to YouTube. I also have a TikTok. It's also Feathered Family. Be sure to check that out as well. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. We appreciate everyone's support and we hope you guys have a great rest of your night. What are we gonna do?